It's Thursday. This is Comic Book Hangover, and it's time for my new weekly haul video. But before I jump into my weekly haul this week, I do want to take a moment and thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I am up to 90 subscribers as of today, and I'm just amazed by that. Now I know there are other channels on here that have hundreds and thousands and millions of subscribers or whatnot, but when I started these videos, these weekly haul videos, just over a year ago, I was mostly kind of just doing it for fun, and I still am doing it for fun. It's just something that I get to do every week, talk about my comic books a little bit, and just have a good time with it. So it's been really cool that people are also interested in listening to me talk about my comic books. So thank you everybody for subscribing. I've got 90 subscribers now. I'm hoping to be able to hit 100 before the end of the year, which would be really super awesome. My newest subscribers, TheGreyMan and Fiversrevenge. TheGreyMan actually is a dude. He's got a sweet accent. I'll just say that he's got a super sweet accent. He recently gave me a shout out on one of his blog videos, which was awesome, dude. Thank you very much. I was not expecting that, and when I saw, when I heard my name come up and I saw my little icon, actually the icon that I use on my videos, on my profile, that's my son. He was, I think he wasn't even a year old at that time, and he would like to come into my comic book room with me and just hang out while I was doing my comic book stuff, bagging and boarding, that sort of thing. And one day I just figured, what? He out of all my comic books, out of everything that I have in my collection, he is the most valuable item in my life. He is the most valuable thing in my life because he is my son. He's my only boy. So just trying it out, I pulled out one of my collection drawer boxes and I put him in there, and he loved being in that thing. That smile that you see on the picture, that is a genuine, hey, I am having so much fun. So I've kept that picture, and when I started this channel, I thought, hey, this would be the perfect sort of icon for my channel. So it's been there since I started doing this thing. So it was really cool seeing it pop up on TheGreyMan's blog video. So dude, thank you very much for that. Check him out. He's been doing these videos lately where he's just showing his Alpha Flight collection. And Alpha Flight admittedly is a comic book series. It's from Marvel that I haven't put too much thought into, but as I'm watching him show off the books that he's gotten, it's making me interested in, and I really I'm this close to wanting to get this series myself. I don't even think I have a single Alpha Flight comic, and I mean I'm nearing 10,000 books in my collection. I don't think I have a single Alpha Flight book. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I don't. So TheGreyMan's pretty awesome. Fiversrevenge, also thank you very much for subscribing. He's another one that just likes to talk about and shares comic books. So I'm going to put a link to their channels in my video here. In the description down below, there's going to be links to their videos, so please check them out, subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, let's just do what we can to make the comic book community stronger, more united. We've got a lot of strife in the fan community right now. There's a lot of nonsense going on, a lot of negativity. So I'm of the group that wants to just bring everybody back together again. I remember when we were just one big, happy, dysfunctional family, and the biggest argument we would have is who is better, Marvel or DC, who's stronger, Superman or the Incredible Hulk. I would love to be able to go back to those days where all this politics and identity politics and all this nonsense that we have going on right now. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I would like for all this nonsense to just go away and just be one big, happy comic book fan family again. I mean, comic books is the one thing that really has always just brought everybody together. When you go to a comic book convention and you look around on that convention floor and you see all those booths and all those stands and then all those people, all those fans, you don't see black, white, Asian, you don't see man or woman, you don't see gay or straight, Republican, conservative, liberal, Democrat, you don't see any of that stuff. You see fans. You see people who are just like you and just like me, that are there to have a good time and talk to other people. It's one place where we could be ourselves, and I want to go back to that. So I'm going to start sharing and checking out more videos, and I want to start sharing channels, other channels, and linking to them of people who are just having a good time with their comic books. Comxfan is another one. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description down below as well. Actually, it's through him, excuse me, it's through him that I found out about TheGreyMan. So Comxfan, he's just like me. He just likes to get on in front of his camera every once in a while and talk about his books. And he did go through a month where he wasn't doing any videos. I thought I was missing his videos, but it just turns out he wasn't doing any videos. He had other things going on. So that's cool. But it's good to be able to watch these videos and just see what other people have in their collection, see what other people are reading, what they're enjoying, and why they're enjoying it, and just get into some cool conversations. They may only last a comment or two on YouTube. They may go through the entire thread, but that's fine. We're here to have a good time with our comic books. And let's just get back to that. Let's forget about all the nonsense that's going on in the world today, because there's enough crap in the world today. Let's get back to our four-color fun, all right? So those Comxfan, Fiversrevenge, and TheGreyMan will have links in my description down below. Definitely please check them out. Subscribe if you haven't. They're really good people. Now let's talk about my books for this week. So we're going to start off with Free Comic Books Summer. It's really hard saying that. These are books for Free Comic Book Day. Now, Free Comic Book Day, as everybody knows, is sort of our Christmas in the comics community. It's normally the first Saturday of May, but 2020 being what 2020 is, we didn't have Free Comic Book Day this year. So instead of canceling the event, instead of trying to figure out where the hell are we going to have this day, because this whole year, this whole summer has been just totally gunked up, they decided to, over a period of a couple of weeks, I think maybe like a month or two total, they're releasing to the comic shop different Free Comic Book Day books, and they've rechristened this year Free Comic Book Summer. The books themselves will still read Free Comic Book Day, because, what's the point in redoing the entire logo when you're only going to have it one time, hopefully just one time. So this week, my two picks were, and I always get one of these, I think I'm only missing one, maybe two of these, The Tick, which is pretty cool. It's got Thrakazog on the cover. I always like that character. I haven't had a chance to read this one yet, but I always enjoy the Tick Free Comic Book Days issues. So, like I said, I think there's maybe one or two that I'm missing. I'm on the hunt for them. But I had to grab the Tick because it's the Tick, and I really enjoy that character. The one I want to grab was Invincible #1. I've never read this book. I've heard nothing but great things about it. The only thing that I've ever actually read on Invincible was years ago, Marvel had a Marvel Team-Up series, and they did an issue where Invincible showed up in the Marvel Universe. I think he showed up in the Marvel Universe, and he teamed up with Spider-Man. That was the only interaction I've ever had with him, but he's got a new series coming up on Amazon Prime, and I figured now is the time. Now is as good a time as any to check it out, especially when I can get the first issue for free. This is one of those reasons why Free Comic Book Day is an amazing thing, because you can check out stuff that normally you wouldn't think about, because how these first issues of this book are so expensive right now. But Free Comic Book Day, Free Comic Book Summer, whatever, I got to check it out for free. So I'm super happy about that. I will be jumping into that probably right after I get this video done. Sticking with reprints, but not Free Comic Book Day related, the only Marvel book I picked up this week. Marvel, you're slacking. I'm a little upset with you discontinuing and canceling Ghost Rider with issue 7 after you have solicited issues 8 and 9 and an annual. You did this to me back in, I believe it was 98, when you canceled the 1990 Ghost Rider series, when you talked about what's going to happen with Ghost Rider number 100, the status quo changes and Mephisto and all this stuff, and then you made the rather obscene announcement that issue 94 was actually going to be the final issue. You gave us issue 93 and then said, hey, you know what, we're not going to do 94. It took about a decade before I got issue 94. So you're doing it again. I'm not happy about it, but here's my suggestion. If anybody at Marvel is actually listening, you already got those issues done. Issue 8, issue 9, and the annual. You've already got them done. People already put the work into it, into writing it, into drawing it, into inking it, coloring it, lettering it, all that fun stuff. So how about you do this? You're going to put out the rest of the Ghost Rider series in trade. So maybe do the first 5 issues, whatever, in a trade, Ghost Rider Volume 1. And then for Ghost Rider Volume 2 for this series, you put those issues 8 and 9 and the annual in and you release them as a trade paperback. That way, the fans, the people who did like the book, we get to finish that story, and those people who put all that work into that book still get to share their efforts with the comics community. So that's my suggestion. I know nobody's going to look at that because whatever. I'm just some dork on YouTube with less than 100 subscribers. But that's my suggestion. So moving on, my only Marvel book this week, Marvel Tales featuring Future Imperfect, which was the big first appearance of the Maestro. If you don't know who the Maestro is, this is the book to check it out. To check out who he is, where he came from. I know the Maestro's got a series coming out. He's going to be a big player in Marvel. So this is the book that you need to get. This reprints the 2-issue Future Imperfect series, which introduces the character, as I've said. So this is, if you're interested in Maestro at all, this is what you need to get. It's only $8. Reprints the 2-issue Prestige format series. So definitely check it out. For $8, you can't go wrong with it. That was the only Marvel book I got. So DC, excuse me, DC we have, excuse me again, Batman: The Adventures Continue #3. Now this is, I believe this is a digital first series that they're improving by making an actual comic book out of. Sidebar, I'm not a fan of digital comics, but those of you who have to rely on them to get your stories, I'm not downplaying them for you guys. I just don't, they're not for me. I want a real comic book. So this is a continuation of Batman the Animated Series, one of the best animated superhero shows of all time. This carries on the series in that style, in that art style, and that writing style. Only this time we have Deathstroke. So seeing Deathstroke in Batman the Animated Series was pretty awesome. So this is a great book. It's a really fun read. It's nice. It's light. It's action-packed. It's a lot of fun. So definitely check that out, especially if you're a fan of the Batman the Animated Series. I also grabbed, and I'm sticking with these variant covers, DC's Dead Planet issue 2. Wow. We're losing characters left and right on this one. I don't know who's going to be left. We are losing everybody, and it's insane. The death count keeps going up. Characters that you think, okay, well, they're semi-popular or they're gaining popularity in one character's case. They're getting a huge fan base for this one guy. He's British, so it's cool. You think, well, in this world, okay, they're going to keep him alive. May not. Where we leave off with this issue, I'm not sure if these people are going to make it or not. Plus, I'm going to say Plastic Man. Holy cow, Plastic Man. What? So moving on. Batman 96. I did not grab the variant cover for this. I might, if it's still available next week at cover price. I might, but I'm getting too many of these variant covers, and it's kind of distracting me from what I really, really enjoy, and that's just getting a good comic book. So I'm going to try to cut back on the variant cover. So we've got Joker War Part 2. If you've read Joker War Part 1, or if you've been checking out any of the lead into it, you know what's going to happen. This issue here, you've got Harley Quinn with a nice Frankenstein scar on the side of her neck, courtesy of Punchline, my new favorite character, trying to help out Batman because he's going absolutely bat crap crazy. So you've got so many just things going on in this series now. How they're able to keep this all straight is beyond me, but it's so much fun. So Batman is definitely, I'm talking about this last because this was my top of the stack book. This was the book that I was waiting to get, and it did not disappoint. DC is also a really good run. I mean, there's some really good stuff. DC is knocking it out of the park right now, especially with their Batman stuff. The entire Batman family of books has been a lot of fun. It's been really exciting. All of the talent, the writers, the artists, the inkers, the letterers, everybody involved with these books are doing an amazing job. I've never had so much fun reading Batman in years. I mean, it's been decades since I've actually enjoyed this series and this character as much as I am right now. Not to mention the fact that I'm actually enjoying Nightwing and Batgirl. Come on, I've never read these books before, but they're so much fun. And it's all because of Joker War. It's all part of this. So I know Batgirl is ending in issue 50, so I'm going to definitely carry that series until the end. Nightwing, who knows what's going to happen. I might actually check out Nightwing after this whole Joker War thing is over with, because it is just so much fun. But that aside, again, I'm going to wrap this up now, because we're kind of running longer than what I like to do with these videos. So that's it. It was a really small week, but a really exciting week as well. I got some great stuff. So thanks again for watching. Always go down to your comic book store. I know I haven't said this in a while. Every week when you go down to your comic book store, even if you're only getting a couple of books, like this week, I mean, if it wasn't for this, I'd only be having these 3 books here. Check out something new. Check out something different. We got free comic book summer going on. Check out some of the stuff that they're offering. I'm reading Invincible for the first time now, so it's definitely giving me something new, something different to check out. So if I like that, I'm going to hunt down the trades for it. always try something new. If you get a small week, ask your local comic shop owner and the employees. These guys have known you. You've been going out of that shop for how long now? So they know what your tastes are. Get into a conversation with them. See what they would suggest for you. Talk to other people in the shop. I mean, this is why we have these shops. You can talk to other people. Find out what they're reading. Check something out. We've got True Believers. We've got Dollar Comics. We got DC Classics. We got facsimile editions. There's some great stuff that's being reprinted that leads into stuff that's coming out today, like the Marvel, the Marvel Tales with the Maestro. That's all leading to something. So always be willing to try something new, expand and broaden your horizons with comic books. There's some amazing stuff out there, current and classic. We've got, geez, for classic stuff, I always like to recommend, whether there's Fables from Vertigo, Terry Moore's Strangers in Paradise, an amazing series. Definitely you should check that out. Especially if you're interested in sort of a day in the life of series, Strangers in Paradise is amazing. If you're looking for something that's, wow, that's violent, funny, just really out there, Evan Dorkin's Milk and Cheese. Amazing stuff. You can get a nice hardcover for that. Actually, I might show you that in my next video. But always be willing to try something new. So now I'm rambling because, I don't know, I just want to talk comic books. It's a lot of fun. But that's it. That's what I got for you this week. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Welcome aboard to the new subscribers. Hopefully you enjoy what I do here. I'm always open for suggestions. Always looking for other things to do, other things to talk about. So, hey, if you got something you want me to talk about, drop a comment in down below and let me know what you want to talk about. We'll talk about it. I'm good. I love talking comics. So, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Share the video, comment down below, and hey, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks a lot. Have a good weekend.